My name is Jason. I'm 30 years old. I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. I was there pretty much my entire life till about the time that I got married. My wife Vanessa and I have been together since 2011. I actually met her a month after I had my first pacemaker put in. That was kind of like one of the hooks that I threw out there, and she felt sorry for me. Got married 2015, had 2 kids, Destiny's 2, Emma 2 months, and couldn't have it any other way. This is Destiny. Destiny loves to play rough. She loves tickles. She loves playing in the sand. She loves being on the swings. Swinging is her favorite thing. Once you get her on the swing, there's no getting her down. So if you go to the park, you're staying at the park. I have HCM caused by a genetic mutation of the MYBPC3 gene. HCM is a disease that involves the thickening of the left ventricle, the heart muscle. It's frustrating because people look at me and they see nothing's wrong with me. They see that I'm a young, healthy guy. So HCM entered my life when I was 20 years old. Actually, before that, I was about 19 years old. I had repeated episodes of syncope. Went to the hospital. People thought I was having strokes. Went undiagnosed, released from the hospital. Boom, another episode of syncope. Undiagnosed. They checked for strokes, couldn't find anything. Until the 3rd time when they did the echocardiogram and the MRI, and they found the thickening of my left ventricle. And that's kind of where things changed. It was totally a new world for me. Getting diagnosed with HCM at 20 years old couldn't have been a worse time for me because I was still invincible. Nothing could stop me. Looking back in my family history, I know that it runs very heavily on my mother's side. Her aunt passed away. She was 13 years old, which was my grandfather's sister. My grandfather passed away of sudden cardiac arrest. His son passed away of sudden cardiac arrest, so I'm very certain it's on my mother's side. The genetic test was a huge deal for me because now I was able to say, this is the problem, MYBPC3. You're able to better manage it or get ahead of it. The HCM community has been a big help. I thank God for the HCM Facebook group because I got to see other people experiencing the same things that I was. And it was like, it's not just me. This is what HCM is. And I became very outspoken about it after that. Everybody has different experiences. Everybody kind of experiences HCM in their own ways. Not everybody has the same symptoms, or it's totally personalized to each individual. And it's like, oh, I experienced this. Oh, I see that in me too. Oh, this person does that. So you kind of start to learn about your own body based off of everybody's stories. When it came time for me to get my septal myectomy, my open heart surgery, I actually reached out to someone on the page who visits the same hospital that I do, that went to the same surgeon that I did, and that was one of the biggest helps for me. It really prepared me for what I was about to experience, traveling up to Boston. As far as family time is concerned, it's something that I take really serious because I try to get as much in a short amount of time. With HCM, you never know if tomorrow is promised, so you kind of live every day like today is your last day. I always think about the big things, the weddings, the sweet 16s, and am I gonna be there for that or not, which is kind of the most heart-wrenching thoughts, but it's kind of reality. I know what to expect with it, so I try to live every day like it was my last because I might not have these moments to look back on. The thought that a company like Tenaya is focusing on my genetic mutation brings reassurance. It's something I'm very grateful for. It gives me hope for my family. It gives me hope for my daughters. It gives me hope for my grandkids when they come, my cousins, brother, sister, everyone around me. This is important work. I mean, it's saving families, it's saving fathers, it's saving sons, daughters, it's preventing families from being torn apart. HCM is a tough disease to live with, and I would give anything in the world to not have to live with HCM.